Today we are going to answer the age-old question of, does size really matter? Ha! If I had a nickel for every time I heard that question, I'd have a lot of nickels. And here's a fun fact for you. Every time I heard that question, I saved a nickel. Here we go, man. I got a lot of nickels. Now, the first thing you have to do when you're cooking barbecue is you gotta have fire. Here we have fire. Now, here we also have fire. Now, the end result is going to be the same. Doesn't make any difference if it's bigger or smaller, although the bigger one is kind of impressive, and the bigger one is kind of fun to play with. And since we're here to talk about barbecue, let's talk about everybody's favorite thing to barbecue, the wiener. Everybody enjoys a good wiener now and then. Now in this example, we have our big wiener and we have our little wiener. Now just go with me for a minute here. Let's say you are really, really hungry. What are you gonna like? The little wiener or this great big wiener? In this case, I'm thinking the big wiener wins. Now here's a good example of size. This is a 22-inch charcoal kettle grill, and there are probably more of this grill on the planet than any other grill, and it works just fine. I happen to be cooking some ribs right now because I have a thing tonight. And here we have the little baby brother, much smaller. Now you don't need one this big to make a satisfying meal. I'm going to put a burger on little brother here as a further experiment to size matters. I'm thinking that I'm going to get just as satisfied meal from here as I am from there. The key is knowing how to manage the heat in your equipment. As you can see, there's only a few pieces of charcoal in there, which is all I need. This burger is going to turn out just fine. In this case, big or small, you can get a tasty meal out of either grill. It's all a matter of knowing how to manage the heat in your equipment. Another good way to cook barbecue is an open pit. You see, I've got a pretty large one here. It's hot and it's ready to go. I'm going to throw some burgers on here as well. And this big bad boy is ready to rock. It'll get the job done. And here we have the miniature version of the live fire. It's not really good for cooking anything, except it does work well for marshmallows if you want to make some s'mores. But that's okay. You can have fun with the little ones too. It's just pretty. It'll keep the bugs away at night, get a little ambiance going. Every size has its use. So, let's review. The question is, does size really matter? Well, in the case of the lighters, you got that one and this one, and they both do the exact same thing. However, you gotta admit, the big one is more fun to play with. And in the case of the open pit fires, the big one is fun to look at, but the little one is fun to play with too. So the exact answer is to the size matter question is, it depends on the activity and your attitude. A similar question is long or short. Some people like it long, some people like it short. This is long. And this is short. You be the judge. And now it's time for a short train trip to Trivia Town. There was a show on Netflix called Supernatural. It was on for an impressive 15 seasons. I watched over 300 episodes. And occasionally, during the show, they would show the main characters Sam and Dean drinking whiskey. And occasionally, they would show the bottle. And this is the bottle. It's called Johnny Lubinsky's Whiskey. One of the producers on the show, Jerry, has a friend called John Lubinsky. And he had a brainstorm one day. He went down to Kentucky and he had them distill a special small batch of whiskey, and they bottled it and labeled it specifically for the show, and he named it after his buddy, Johnny Lubinsky. Well, I happen to know John Lubinsky, and he let me borrow this bottle to tell you that story. And that is my fun fact of the day. And as Paul Harvey would say, and now you know the rest of the story. Now we're going to do a toast, but I'm not going to use this because this is way above my pay grade, man. This bottle is reserved for VIPs and celebrities, of which I am not. But we're going to do a toast, and I'm going to use my old standby Crown Royal. So here's to Sam and Dean, Jerry and Johnny. Cheers, everybody.